Okay, gonna do one on another Skipper 300. This one is kind of rough. It's been a moist environment. It's got some rust, surface rust here and there, and uh, plus you got scratches and wear on this one. So this was the only one I had for many years, and I kept it because I had the matching radio and I wanted to amp in the radio. But I finally got another one that I just made another video of before this one, of a nice clean Skipper 300, which is this one, which I plan on keeping unless somebody makes me a crazy offer for it, because it's very clean and it works perfect. But since I got the one I'm keeping and I don't need two of these, I am going to let this one go. So we're going to make a quick video on this one. Actually, there are a few differences between these two. I guess Palomar did, like a lot of other amp people, you know, different versions and different wiring and stuff for them. This one is no circuit boards. It's a metal chassis. As you can see, the tubes are mounted on a metal plate, and power supply here, no board, is all mounted on terminal strips. The light blue ones are the high voltage capacitors. The dark blue one is the thing there in the middle, is the low voltage. That's the power supply. These two black long things here are actually power resistors, and this amp uses those for basically surge protection, or current limiting when you turn the amp on. Any big amp, even though this isn't a big amp, but when you turn it on, those power supply capacitors, the high voltage, are discharged, and when you turn it on, that high voltage out the transformer is hitting them, and when they're discharged, that's like a dead short. And you know, some amps, when you turn them on, tube amps, and the lights dim, that's why, because what it is, those caps are charging from, you know, being dead, like a dead short. Think of a completely dead car battery, and you put a high charge on it, it's going to suck some juice until it gets some charge on it. So these caps charge up quick, but you know, for the first couple cycles, it's hitting them hard. So this amp has those two big resistors there in it, and all they do is limit the surge on these. Once I saw a manual on amplifiers that I bought long time ago, and I think it was talking about a Pride DX300, I think, and the Pride also has these type of surge limiting resistors in it. And in the manual, now it's supposed to be a manual teaching you all about amps, it mentioned those resistors, and they didn't even know what they were. But that's what they do. They don't affect power or output or anything like that. They just limit the current when you first turn this amp on. Instead of being a dead short, that'll put, you know, a little bit of resistance in there to keep that current down a little bit. That there yellow or brown resistor under the diodes there, that's the bleeder resistor. It doesn't have heavy bleed, just, you know, light bleed, and that's all you need. You know, you turn it off after a minute, it'll be drained out. I don't know why they used, well, I do know why, but that's a complicated story of why they use heavy bleed in the past. But it's not needed with modern amp building, just some bleed. And all that there is the keying circuit. That's the circuit for the meter and the driver tube. You see that coax coming in. This one does not have a tuned input. It just basically takes the power coming in and dumps it straight to the tube. No tuned input. Whereas my nice clean one over here, it did have a tuned input. It wasn't adjustable, even though, as somebody mentioned, you can spread the coil or compress it to adjust the input SWR. But this one doesn't have any of that. Like I say, they make different versions. And we're gonna turn it over here, and you can again see the surface rust and everything on it. And no circuit boards. That's the three relays. One on the right is a keyer relay, and it also turns on the high voltage when it keys it down. The one in the middle is for the preamp, when you turn the preamp on, that relay engages, and that's the preamp circuit up here. This preamp is not working on this one, and I don't feel like playing with it. So, and it's a little different than the schematic. Remember, I was talking about different versions again. This coil here, which is adjustable, actually goes to the preamp. So if it was working, this one does have the coil, or filtering coil, IF coil, whatever, and it's tunable. So it probably would be a better preamp if it was working, but it's not working, and I don't got the time to go with it. The amp's working. Driver tube, final tubes. That's the driver tuner. I don't think they came with a fan from the factory. This got a fan in it, keeps it nice and cool. Actually, I'm thinking about possibly putting a fan in my keeper over there. Meter, light the meter, and that smaller transformer lights the is the low voltage and the filaments, while the big transformer is the high voltage. And that's about all to it, you know, on the inside and all that. So hopefully we're still tuned up and all. One driving 3 Skipper 300. Pretty basic on the front. You know, you got your power switch, operate standby, preamp that don't work, AM SSB. All SSB does on most of these CB amps is put a delay on the relay. You know, CB amps have a automatic keying circuit in it, where ham amps don't. And all the SSB does on CB amps is put a little time delay on the relay, you know, with that automatic keying circuit. If you're on SSB and you didn't have the delay, every time you're not saying anything, when you pause as you're speaking, the amp would kick out, because, you know, on SSB, if you're not speaking, you're not doing any power. On AM, you got a carrier, so you don't need that delay, because, you know, with that dead key or carrier on AM, as long as you key it up, you have power. So the automatic keying circuit is going to be engaged, and it has a high-low power switch on it. So I guess we should be warmed up right about now. So we're going to carefully grab the mic over here and key her down. We're on the 200 watt scale over here, going into a big dummy load up top, and we got a basic 3.5 watt drive radio swinging about 810. You know, nothing special going into it, and basically that's all you need into this. They don't like high drive. So anyway, keying her down, dead keying about 120. Hello. Audio. Talking about 130. It'd probably do a little more if I tweaked it back up, but camera in one hand, mic in another, and I need a third hand to do some tweaking and peaking. Listen, it's warming up a little bit. I got the mic down. Listen to about 180. Audio. And gotta put it over here on 2000 watt scale and put it on peak. Audio doing about 330. That top scale on the 3000 watt scale, no, 2000 watt scale, top scale. Audio just about the same exact thing as my nice clean one did. You know, does what it's supposed to do. Recapped, good tubes in it. It runs 8950s also, same as this one ran in it. They do make a 6LQ6 version of it, but that's gonna be about it. This Palomar Skipper 300. Hello, about 325, trying to bump 350 peak watts. And with that fan in it, this one runs a lot cooler than my clean keeper over here without a fan in it. Yep, I think I'm gonna put a fan in it sooner or later. So anyway, that's it on the venerable Skipper 300 by Palomar. Bye.